Hello again. Our last game in this episode is our first look at one of Sir Alex Ferguson's United sides from 1991, when West Ham provided the opponents at Old Trafford. Martin Tyler, the commentator.
Manchester United under the microscope, even more than usual these days. But West Ham, with a terrific run of results behind them, 7 games unbeaten. And they've done particularly well against the elite of the league, winning at Arsenal 3 weeks ago, beating Spurs at home, drawing with Liverpool. But now they take on United and their fantastic fans. Mike Small's first attempt to get control in his first game on this pitch was conspicuously unsuccessful. Giggs taking over from Hughes, and Webb's header almost nonchalantly plucked out of the air by Mikloško. Neil Webb getting in at the near post, but Giggs, who's not yet 18, showing a real authority on the left to take charge and get in the cross. And Bruce meeting it solidly this time. Slater. There was a time, and for a good many years, West Ham were regarded as a soft touch away from their own Upton Park. But McAvenny trying to give the lie to that. The ball not quite running truly for him. West Ham's last win here was in 1986, 3-2. McAvenny scored twice then. McClare has a zip about Manchester United already. Parker. Hughes coming across in front of Potts. With his penchant for providing shots from extraordinary angles. You wouldn't have bet against Mark Hughes then, but it was a difficult try.
Gary Donoghue asks a steward to escort him to the staff door where your brother's waiting. Gary Donoghue finds a steward and he'll take you to the staff door where your brother's
waiting. On that occasion, Mikloško untroubled, but the way Manchester United have started here, it could be that the Czechoslovakian will be busier than the Dane at the other end. Falls for McClare, looking to roll it in for Kanchelskis, and Paris has to concede another corner. West Ham have had some very demanding matches in recent weeks. They're much more together at this stage of the season than they were in the early weeks. Promoted, of course, from the second division at the end of last season. That's Robson. It's another corner who was marked by Breaker. There's a look of a man who still feels he's got something to do for Manchester United before there is maybe a final move in his career. McClare let it run. Robson is there. It doesn't quite run for Manchester United. West Ham have left Slater upfield. Cavani confident in possession again. The ball has stayed in play. Dennis Irwin making his way back across the pitch to his main job, which is to defend from left back, but he takes the corners as well for Manchester United. Webb takes this free kick. West Ham try to play offside. The flag was up, but West Ham have the ball in any case. And Paris trying to put it to good advantage to Keane. Headed on by Breaker. Parker should deal with this against McAvenny. Bale was there. Here's Bishop. He loves to have the ball at his feet and pass it. Remembered in this city as a former player of Manchester City, though, rather than United. Robson. Hughes wrong-footed, Potts clears, can't bypass Webb. A header from Paris. Bishop wants to cushion the ball and steer it off studiously again. Keane. Here's Breaker. McClare working back. There's no shortage of ambition for West Ham. Their problem is getting a reasonable supply of the ball in midfield. It's McClare who takes them on this time. Kanchelskis coming infield and leaving room for McClare to go on. Oh, and it's Giggs! What a volley! And Manchester United, who were knocking at the door with increasing impatience, have been let in by West Ham. McClare made it with his work on the ball. And as the cross came over, there was a slip by Steve Potts, but that can't disguise the quality of the first-time volley from Ryan Giggs. That was marvellous. So it's Manchester United 1, West Ham United 0. And Alex Ferguson, who has had some head scratching this week to pick the right team for this game. Certainly been justified in the selection of Giggs, who stays in the team in the league matches at the moment. He was left out of the Super Cup match, at least of the starting lineup, because they don't want to wear him out in his first full season involved at this level. Bruce. Here's Robson. And it's Giggs again. Is he going to get another one? Not quite. Well, he has been used as a central striker this season. And he knows where an opening is to be found. And West Ham rather opened up at Robson's ball through the middle, and Giggs very nearly sent them 2 goals adrift. McAvenny, pushed by Pallister. McAvenny made sure that the referee was well aware of that. So a free kick to West Ham. They're well represented in the crowd here. 20 minutes to go to half-time. Pallister's header. And a miss-hit by McClare. The ball's running behind Robson. Oh, and if Thomas had gone down, then he would have got a penalty, I think. Instead he crosses, and Mike Small might get a goal. McAvenny might, but for Schmeichel he would have done. Well, that was an extraordinary episode, with Manchester United showing signs of premature overconfidence in not clearing their lines in the first place, and then Mitchell Thomas past Paul Parker, stumbling, seeing that he could get to the ball. Small heading down, and then McAvenny twisting into a volley from relatively near to goal, and he might have hoped for better luck. Foul by Parker on Slater. West Ham United starting to flex their muscles now. A goal down, but not really fazed by that. It might be different if they lost a second. And that's always possible with the elusive work of Giggs. Owen's cross. Kanchelskis. Giggs was the architect again. Robson. Here's McClare. Giggs got to it first, that he's done throughout the afternoon so far. McClare, it's Webb, it's great football from Manchester United. And the outcome is a corner. Pace, perception, and penetration at the end of this sparkling sequence of passes here. And it brushed the fingertips of Mikloško. It is a corner. Football of great quality. Header away by McAvenny. It's been an exhilarating first half an hour. Manchester United have embroidered their greatest share of possession with a wonderfully struck goal from Ryan Giggs. And West Ham have shown that they've got plenty on offer here as well. Giggs having to defend, McAvenny trying to close down Parker. Manchester United find the spare man again. Webb, Hughes. There's an arrogance about them at the moment. McLeod. Now Thomas. Small showing for him. Bruce was playing him onside. Pallister stepped up, and that's given Manchester United a problem. McAvenny's in the middle. Is this the equaliser? No. Michael was able to cut it out off the very toes of Frank McAvenny. And a breakdown in communications between the two central defenders of Manchester United. Pallister was playing offside, Bruce wasn't. It was very nearly costly. Thomas. And Small available again. Oh, Gale wanting time that Hughes wasn't going to give him. Giggs is tearing through the middle. Can he find the shot? He finds the back heel for Kanchelskis. Robson makes sure. And West Ham hang their heads. Alex Ferguson, who'd come down to the touchline, scampers in delight back to his spot. It's Robson's goal, but Tony Gale will be furious with himself. He lost the ball in the first place. Ryan Giggs had a major part to play. Kanchelskis nearly scored and would have done, but Robson did. But West Ham will rue the mistake from Tony Gale, who's been around long enough to know that he should have done much better. And 2-0 is a much more dismal picture for West Ham now, with half-time beckoning. Giggs, it could be 3, and but for McClushko it would have been from Hughes. That was a super save, and it's just about kept West Ham in the game. Another goal in a matter of seconds, hard on the heel of the one that Robson got, would have severely damaged West Ham, probably beyond repair. Small. Oh, and Bishop turning into trouble in the shape of Bruce. Manchester United manufactured a marvellous start to this game, and it's a rousing finish to the first half. Free kick to West Ham. Stoppage time at the end of the first half. Billy Bonds said when he announced his team, we're not going to try anything that you won't know about. We'll play the way we've been playing well. If they beat us and they're better on the day, so be it. What he won't have wanted to legislate for will be individual errors. So far, Manchester United are proving to be better on the day. But there's still time for West Ham to recover. A first half that has been something of a pageant for the purists. A wonderful goal from Ryan Giggs. Volleying in the cross from Brian McClare, and then Brian Robson, after a good spell for West Ham, rounding off an attack that was really, sadly for West Ham, inspired by a mistake by Tony Gale. So at half-time at Old Trafford, at 1-0, West Ham would have felt there was still something in it for them. It's going to be a much more difficult climb for them now. Manchester United 2, West Ham United 0 at half-time. Paris, small through the centre. Here's Allen. Bruce winning it back for Manchester United. The third goal now, and it really would be game over. Kanchelskis. 3 in the centre for him. Makes Thomas really backpedal. Hughes! The shot was a blur, but somehow Mikloško fixed his eyes on the ball. Kanchelskis working and knowing where Hughes was. It was a cracking try, and the goalkeeper with reflexes really that he wasn't entitled to show that. It's still 2-0. Bruce. Blackmore, of course, another of the full internationals at Alec Ferguson's disposal. Though he's had a sabbatical with Wales because of disciplinary problems, sent off a year ago against Luxembourg. Forward from Breaker. McAvenny still toiling up front. It's been hard work for both the Scotsman and Mike Small. Foul by Thomas, pursuing his quarry across the pitch. Webb. Steered out by Gale. McClare! Kanchelskis actually was offside then, but the flag didn't go up. Just under 25 minutes left. Manchester United trying to reimpose themselves in the second half. And in Giggs. And now with Webb. A goal would do in the world of good. Alec Ferguson is a hard man to please, but I think they're pretty comfortable down there at the moment. Blackmore. Hughes, Gale quickly on the scene. Bishop turning away from Webb. If Bishop can get more of the ball and pass it, as he's capable of, West Ham might yet find a route to recovery. 2 goals not beyond them. Webb. Robson, who's drawing defenders away from Kanchelskis. McClare herring into the middle. Hughes is there. Is it a goal this time? It's not, because unlike the first shot a couple of minutes ago, he couldn't get it on target. Hughes played a part, in fact, in Kanchelskis having all this room by dragging West Ham into the centre. And once more, there was a good look up, good appreciation to see what was on in the middle, and it was simply a miss kick from Mark Hughes. The scene really is set here for a Manchester United finale. A fine first half, a more controlled approach from them in the second half. Slater holding off Robson. Allen to the right, Small through the middle, and Slater gets his free kick. Stopped in his tracks by Steve Bruce. Quick free kick for West Ham. McAvenny! It's 2-1. Manchester United caught out. Frank McAvenny has scored. The crowd, the majority of them, haven't quite realised it yet. credit to West Ham, and Mitchell Thomas in particular. He rolled it to McAvenny. He saw Schmeichel just off his line and had the skill to lift it over the goalkeeper. It was clearly in. And we are now going to have a finale here. Manchester United haven't finished the job off, and West Ham, with 13 minutes to go, are back at 2-1. Owen for Webb. 2 in the middle for Manchester United. There'll be more now because it's a corner. Owen to take the corner. Manchester United not stinting on their numbers either. Bruce recognising that the best way to get through the time that remains really is to score again. It's another corner. The volley from Hughes was deflected. And Manchester United in no hurry to take it. Bruce and Pallister, the main weapons for Manchester United at their set plays. Breaker got to it for West Ham. Back to Giggs again via Webb. That was Allen. It came to him quickly. Gary Pallister can line this up. Wonderful stop by Mikloško. Gary Pallister from that position could scarcely have hit it better. But Mikloško is international class. And here's another example of it. Bruce misjudging. Oh, and again, it's McAvenny! Oh, agony for West Ham. Acute anxiety for Manchester United, and Steve Bruce in particular. And it was Peter Schmeichel who saved them. A mistake by Bruce. McAvenny was there, and the goalkeeper, going down, reached up and slapped it outside the post when McAvenny for an instant thought he struck again. Throw from Thomas. It's all over. Frank McAvenny's goal gave Manchester United a scare in the second half. It was looking comfortable at half-time thanks to Ryan Giggs. A goal for the youngsters, and one from the captain himself, Brian Robson. 3 more points for Alex Ferguson's team towards that burning ambition, the acquisition of the league title, the end of West Ham's splendid sequence of recent results. There has been a lot of cavalier football played here in the past, and we saw some of it again in the first half today, without too much to show for it in the first division in recent seasons. Manchester United believe they're developing a mean streak this time, but they could well do without the scares that came in the closing stages here. Manchester United 2, West Ham United 1.